itself. Even if any reference whatsoever is included in credit, consequently, undertaking of a bank to honor, to negotiate, or fulfill other obligations under LC is not subject to claim or defensive by the applicant or resulting from relationship with the issuing bank or beneficiary. A beneficiary can in no case avail itself of the contractual relationship existing between banks and between the applicant and the issuing bank. And the issuing bank should discourage any attempt by the applicant to include as part of the LC the pro forma invoice, the contract, and the like. The pro forma invoice, the contract, and the like. Should discourage attempt to include it as part of the LC. Should discourage any attempt to include the escrow. Bank dealing documents are not in goods, services, or performance to which the document relates. Do you notice? Look at how many paragraphs you have here. Can you see? Can you see how many paragraphs? Can you see how many statements? Can you see how many statements? This one is one article. See, only one statement. What is he emphasizing? He's talking about how important this article is. Emphasis on this article. We'll move on now because of time. But you can read others. Bill of lading, shipping document. Bill of lading has three functions. What are the functions of bill of lading? It's an evidence, evidence of title to the goods, number one. It's an evidence of receipt of goods, number two. It's an evidence of shipment. Evidence of shipment. And a bill of lading can be multimodal. A bill of lading can be non-negotiable. A bill of lading can be negotiable. A bill of lading can be charter party. Multimodal means, if you see a multimodal bill of lading, the way you will know it, that bill of lading will have place of receipt, port of loading, port of discharge, place of final destination. We did a shipment recently to Canada. Bill of lading, the port of discharge, Montreal, place of final destination, Toronto. So the exporter is paying for the goods from Nigeria, Apapa, to what? Montreal port in Canada, and the good will move by rail from Montreal to Toronto in Canada. Does that make sense? That's a multimodal bill of lading. What this means is that if an LC says 3 original multimodal bill of lading, if you receive a bill of lading and they didn't put multimodal bill of lading, you can't raise a discrepancy. Please note, you cannot raise a discrepancy on a document because the name is not the name you put in the LC. Does that make sense? Do you understand? You can't raise a discrepancy on a document because of the description of the document. So you call for charter party bill of lading. When you receive bill of lading, it did not state charter party. You can't reject because of that. You have to look for other characteristics that make it charter party, not the description. Because different shipping have different ways to construct their system to describe the document. Does that make sense, please? Yes. So you can't say, oh, the LC say commercial invoice, the guy who final invoice. You can't reject the document based on that. You can't. You can't use the description of the name to reject it. You have to use the what? Content. Interestingly, LC have 3 documents that UCP have tell us who must issue. Can anybody tell me that document? Out of all the documents you have seen in your as straight person, there are only 3 of them that the rule indicate who will issue it and how it will be issued. Can you give me an example of that? Bill of lading, who is issuing it? Don't use shipping line. What's another name? No, it's not the shipper line. The carrier or his agent. The master or the agent. The master is the captain. The carrier, the shipping line. The agent, or his agent. The master, that's the captain or his agent, and they will sign. Now, that's bill of lading. We should have 2 documents, 2 other documents. Invoice. Who must issue invoice? Who was the 3rd one? No. I was the 3rd to packing. No. Packing this can be issued by anybody. You don't know that sometimes if I'm a big organization, I'm not the one packing the goods. Someone else is packing and is issuing the packing list. No. In some country, in Nigeria, LCCI will issue. In Nigeria, NASIMA will issue. Even for AFCFK, custom is the one issue certificate of authority. Manufacturer? Insurance. Any other document, anybody can issue it. Anybody can issue it. That means if you don't indicate who should issue it, you cannot reject it if anybody issues it. if you don't indicate who must issue, you cannot reject if anybody issue. Why? Because you did not indicate who must issue. So you simply only recognize 3 people, 3 documents. Bill of lading to be issued by the carrier or their agent or master, invoice to be issued by the beneficiary, the exporter, and insurance to be issued by the insurance agent or who? Their agent, insurance company or their agent. So we have bill of lading, then we have commercial invoice. What is the function of commercial invoice? It helps to what? Determine and what does that do for us? Who that one help? Who that one help? And who that one help? Who the value? Who does it help? Why do we need to know that? There are reasons now.
So that the information about the LC issue do not exceed that.
Okay, I can help us to know the value of the LC, yeah? The amount to pay, yes. Apart from that, it helps to determine the duty. I forgot the duty. Duty payment. And lastly, it helps in the in insurance. You know when you want to do insurance, you go to 110%, right? And it's going to be based on the value of the good. How about parking list? What's the purpose of parking list? Yes, so it helps in loading into the container. You know, if I want to load into the container, I need to calculate how many cartons fill the container. Do you know how to do the calculation? You know, some of the things you do in primary school or secondary school will be useful. In secondary school, if you are loading a drum into a container, right? In secondary school, you learn 2 pi RH as the volume of a cylinder. If you are doing a box, length as breadth as height, they are going to come handy. I'm telling you, you'll be shocked. It's going to come handy because you are going to calculate the volume of the container, which you can always get data online, and then you are going to divide it by the volume of the what? Of the carton. That gives you a rough estimate of how many drum or how many carton will fill a container. So, and that information goes where? On the packing list. So it shows, it helps exporter in loading, it helps importer in unloading to know what was shipped, it helps custom in inspection. Packing list. Then we have certificate of origin. Why do we need certificate of origin? Why do you need it? Yes? Why do we need to know where the good is coming from? Why do you think a country wants to know where the good is coming from? Comply on what? Sanctions. In case there is sanction. One, another reason why I want to know the country? Sometimes we have a preferential trade agreement. You know what's preferential agreement? An agreement with a country currently, you know, everybody is doing US, they want to tax everybody. Recently, India and UK signed a very fantastic deal that will enable India to ship more than 90% of their goods into UK duty free. That's a free trade agreement. That's a preferential trade agreement. So it's a little of origin help to be. So when if the good leaves India and gets to the border of UK, the only reason it will enter UK duty free is that the exporter presents what? The certificate of origin. Because it allows preferential treatment. Cargo insurance, of course, you know what cargo insurance is, right? To do insurance, right? And you are insuring. Now, when you are doing insurance, there are 3 types of insurance in maritime insurance or marine insurance. ICC Clause A, ICC Clause B, ICC Clause C. ICC means Institute Cargo Clause A, Institute Cargo Clause B, Institute Cargo Clause C. Clause C is the least. Clause C only affects a situation where the vessel have an issue itself. The vessel run aground, the vessel collide with another vessel, the vessel have a mechanical fault and affected the goods. Clause C cover that only. But Clause B cover all that sea cover, plus if there is natural disaster on the sea, like tsunami, earthquake, or anything, there is a raging tempest, the vessel capsized, they throw some good overboard. You know that happen, right? You know that happen. Then they throw some good overboard. The weight of the ship is becoming too heavy. To lighten up the ship, they will throw some shit. And when they are throwing, you know sometimes when you put it on there, you say ship on board, people don't want ship on deck. Have you noticed? Because ship on, whenever, if you are a mariner, and you see vessel coming in, and you can see the container, those containers are on deck. If they are on board, a ship is like warehouse. There is a lot of containers. You see that with that? There are a lot of containers inside that place. And nowadays we have vessels that can carry 20,000 containers. 20,000 TEUs. They call it TEUs. TEUs. 20 feet equivalent. 20 feet equivalent unit. That means 20 feet container. And 2 20 feet container equals to 40 feet container. So when you say a container carries 2,000, when you say a container carries 20,000 TEU, that would be 10,000 40 foot container. But 20,000 20 foot container. Imagine that weight on a ship. Imagine that weight on a ship. So you don't sometimes issue can happen. Production quality certificate, that's certificate of quality